Chapter 5. It was a whole year from the time when I left Africa to the time when I actually arrived among the chimpanzees. Sometimes, as month followed month, I felt sure I would never get there. Surely, I told myself it's all too good to be true. Once I got back to England, a job. I got a job at the malls at the London Zoo. I didn't work directly with the animals, but I helped in a television film library there. At the same time, I spent hours watching the chimpanzees. There was a beautiful male called Dick and two females, but Dick had been almost mad. Been I mean, but Dick had been shut up in a small cage for so long that he was almost mad. He would sit in the corner and seem to be counting his fingers while his mouth opened and shut. I made a vow to myself that one day I would try to help chimps in zoos to have a better life. I read everything I could about chimps, but almost all of it was about chimps in labs or in people's homes. Only one man had tried to watch them in the wild. He had done this for only a half months and had not learned much, but the more I read, the more I realized how intelligent chimpanzees really are. Everyone agreed that they are more like human beings than any other creature alive today. How lucky I thought to be going to study them for months and months in their own forest home. At last, Lewis wrote to say that he had managed to get enough money for me to begin my study. He had also managed to get the British government official in Tanganyika, which is how Tanzania after its merger with Zanzibar, to agree that I could work in a Gombe Stream Game Reserve in 1960. Tanganyika was still under British colonial rule, and Lewis said it had been very difficult to get this permission. In those days, it was not thought at all safe for a young single girl to go into the wilds of Africa and study animals. In fact, Lewis was told that I would not be allowed to go by myself. I had to choose a companion. Well, I chose Mom. She was thrilled to come. She had left Africa and was longing to go back. She also wanted to help me get started in my new venture. She would not be able to stay much longer than 3 or 4 months, but we hoped that the authorities would get used to me during this time and let me stay on alone. With great excitement, we packed and flew out to nearby. Lewis met us and took us to a hotel where we would stay while everything was prepared for the expedition. What a lot we had to get ready. All our camping gear, tent, bedding, cooking things, cans of food, drab clothes for me so I would blend in with the greens and browns of the forest, binoculars, and lots of notebooks and paper for writing up my notes. Then came a terrible disappointment. Lewis had received a long telegram for the head of the game department in Tanganyika. He informed us that there were fishermen who were fighting over who should fish from which beach along the lake shore of the game reserve. It was not safe for Miss Goodall and her mother. We must delay our safari